So let's start by defining punishment, and then later on we'll look at positive versus negative punishment. Punishment involves the delivery of an unpleasant consequence following undesirable behaviour. And the reason why punishment is used is to reduce the likelihood of that targeted behaviour occurring again in the future. And because the consequences which follow the response determine the likelihood of the behaviour being repeated or not, punishment involves operant conditioning. Now, positive punishment involves where we add something. We give a stimulus in order to reduce that target behaviour. So let's go through an example. Let's say we give a smack to a child for throwing food so that they stop doing it. The behaviour that we're targeting here is obviously throwing food. What we add is the smack. That's the consequence of throwing the food. And the goal here is to reduce the likelihood that that child will throw food again in the future. Let's go through another example. Let's say we have a student in primary school, they swear in class and they're given a lunchtime yard duty. So the response we're targeting here is swearing in class. We want them to do that less. So what we give them is a lunchtime yard duty. And the effect of the future behaviour is they're less likely to swear in class. That's the goal. Now, negative punishment, aka response cost, again, we're trying to reduce the targeted behaviour, but this time instead of giving them something, we're going to take something away. So let's go through an example again. We have a driver that speeds during the school hours, which in metropolitan Melbourne is 8:30 till 10 in the morning and 2:30 to 4 in the afternoon. So if you drive in a school zone, you've got to be under that 40 km/h limit during those times. So the response that we're targeting here, or the police are, is speeding during school times. So what we're taking away, the cost of speeding, if you go above that 40k limit, is it's going to cost you money. You're going to be fined. And the effect on their future behaviour is that driver, once they get that large fine in the mail, is less likely to speed in school zones during those times. Let's go through another example. Let's say we've got a teenager who doesn't come home according to their curfew. They come home late, don't notify mummy or daddy. The response that we're targeting here is coming home late on the weekend. We want them to come home on time, obviously, because of safety issues. The cost in this case is the child or the adolescent losing their iPhone. And the effect on the future behaviour is hopefully that adolescent is less likely to come home late